Hello,
Hello?
Vince.
Yes, hi Igor, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Basically, welcome to the VIP club. Glad to have you
Thank
with
you.
us. And the purpose of this call is very simple. For one, just get to know you, get to know what you're all about, and where I can be of most assistance to your business. So we can create a true win-win situation here, and you can keep giving me money every month for a whole
Yeah.
while. And the other thing is also, Max mentioned that you wanted to discuss the Monster Squeeze service, which we can discuss once we, get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right. So why don't you start by telling me what was it that made you reach out to me, and what was it that made you take action on a higher level, and become a VIP client? So just go ahead and share what you feel important.
Okay. Well, I'm relatively new to the whole uh, online marketing, internet marketing, whatever you want to call it. I've been involved a few months. I actually got involved in, I'm sure you're aware of the Big Idea Mastermind, which
Uh-huh.
is effectively a marketing funnel for Empower Network.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I've got all the products, and I'm obviously affiliate of all those products. So my main intention is to build that business, and to um, um, uh, that's my main focus is to build that business. And I suppose I noticed you through, I think it was one of your Facebook ads. I clicked through, and the thing that attracted me the most was obviously the Empower Network and the Big Idea Mastermind, especially. It's probably the biggest team in Empower Network now. I think it's over 20,000 members. Um, a lot of, I suppose, a lot of the solo providers, their their lists have seen those offers, or they've got lots and lots of people that they're trying to get traffic from the same solo provider. And I suppose one of the things that attracted me to yours was the exclusivity deal that you've got, where you mentioned you could segment a portion of your list,
Uh-huh.
and I could have access to that exclusively. And I thought that could be quite powerful, because that means that effectively I'm one of the only people um, um, showing that traffic to that offer. So that's what I'm promoting at the moment. It's relatively new for me. I've learnt a lot probably in the last few months, but I'm sure that there's a lot that I still need to learn also. But yeah, just looking for obviously traffic. I've had the ability to build my own unique landing pages, and I think that that's important, building your own squeeze pages as one step to differentiate yourself from everybody else. I think if I was to go out there and promote the Empower Network pages, or the Big Idea Mastermind pages, I don't want to use the word saturation, but they're certainly being used by a lot of people. So I'd really need to find really brand new traffic, I suppose, if I'm going to promote those pages. But yeah, that's currently where I am. So I'm just basically testing out a few traffic sources, seeing what works well, and in the background, I'm working on my funnel as well, trying to personalize my follow-up system. Um, I'm just sort of getting into video. Just what I like to do is I like to just I do a lot of reading in the personal development space. So, I might read something, find something that I thought was motivational or inspirational, and then I might shoot a quick 3-minute video on it. And I'll include that in my funnel. So I'll include that in my follow-up series in my autoresponder, just to try and personalize my funnel a little bit more, I suppose. I don't know if that's going to work for me or against me. But that's what I'm working on at the moment. This is part-time for me. I have a full-time job. So I'm working on this on the side. The main reason why I started is because my wife and I want to have a family, and we wanted to be able, for her to be able to basically leave her job so that we can concentrate on having a family, and she can you know go work part time and look after the family. So that's the biggest reason. I'm really looking to replace her income, um, and then see where we go from there.
Okay. Now, when we talk about market saturation, and we'll just call things. And I'm sorry about the noise. I work in a coffee shop.
That's all right.
They're making a loud drink. It's just a bit hard to focus when you got a 1 year old at home and the wife doesn't work and she's like always finding
Yeah,
reasons to get your assistance with things that don't really need your assistance. But
yeah,
that's why I kind of get out of the household. So
yeah,
when we talk about the offer saturation, which with solo ads, the offer longevity is anywhere from 6 to 12 months or so.
yeah,
The best way I found to fight it, okay, is, well, actually there's two ways to fight it. One is you need to keep on reinventing the marketing behind the offer and changing the ads and changing the approach, changing the funnel all the time. So
yeah,
to kind of keep it fresh and perhaps even going after different segments of the marketplace. So if one funnel goes after the people who want to start their own family, the other will go after retired people, the other will go after high-paying corporate individuals who are just sick and tired of the job. So there's a lot of different segments of this market that have all their own reasons to start a business. Like for you, it was a
yeah,
family. I got many clients in my mentoring programs who kind of step in and they say, "Hey Igor, I've been working for this company for 25 years. I'm getting like 10 grand a month. I'm making six figures, but I'm so fucking tired of this job.
yeah,
I'm sick of my boss, and the guy tells me what to do, and he's like a half-baked asshole. And this company, they have this thing, and I don't like what they do, and they spill toxic waste over to somewhere, like." A bunch of stuff happens, and people decide. I worked with a couple who was working for an oil company, and they were making good money, but they were working like around the clock. So they went into the Empower Network, um, and hoping to kind of get away from that, so they can move away. Otherwise, they couldn't see themselves, living. And they did
yeah.
it in a weird way because the husband and the wife joined separately and went all in. I'm not sure why they did
Okay,
that,
yep,
but they kind of just did that. But everyone has their own reasons. So what you do is you recreate and reinvent the marketing material to attract different types of different segments of the marketplace, so to speak. Um,
yeah,
or another thing you can do is you just create additional offers to get deeper into the marketplace. For example, one thing I did that pretty much just doubled my income from making about $20,000 a month to making around 40 or so, and then I scaled that up to 100,000 a month, was that I created another high ticket income stream that allowed me to keep on monetizing the same marketplace. And that's really how marketplace works, because in any given field the marketplace is only this big, right? So if you're
yeah,
market to realtors in Florida and you're all about selling information how to invest in Florida real estate with no money down and with no without taking on huge loans and stuff like that, I mean, you can only market to anyone who's interested in that type of work in Florida, and you're
yeah,
limited. But if you keep on reinventing the offers, if you keep on creating other high ticket investments, if you keep on adding premium services, if you keep on inviting them to seminars, and you keep on going and creating more offers and more value that you bring to the marketplace, you're able to easily increase your income without having to drive necessarily more leads and more expanding the market and the reach. So for example, my client Paul Dunstan, who's been with me for a couple of years now, he's actually doing pretty well with the Empower Network, making anywhere from 5 to 7 grand a month in that. But it's not his main marketing vehicle, if you will. So he
yeah.
markets a totally different program on the front end, and he closes people into the Empower Network off of the back end of that program. So he only talks to people who are buyers who invested some money with him. He is able to stand out in the marketplace because he's now, he's not just another guy who markets Empower Network, but he's marketing a different program. When they are investing money with him, and they are now more predisposed to listen to him and to follow his advice and to take his shit seriously, to put it quite frank, because until someone pays you some
Yeah.
money, they don't necessarily listen to you. It's like the coffee shop
Yeah.
that I work in. I spoke with the owner a couple of times, and I told the guy, look, you got a great thing here, you should raise your prices by 20%. And he kept on telling me how it's impossible to do because there's the market, there's this and there's that. But you can like raise your prices in any market by 20% without giving any kind of reason. You can still go on, maintain your clientele, and raise your profits, right? And the business, the way the business works is until you got some profits going on, there's really no business. There's nothing else happening until you got some profit.
Yeah.
So because the guy didn't commit to me financially, this advice went on unnoticed. Now he's leaving a lot of money on the table as a result. So that's the same thing when you talk to somebody and you try to recruit them into an opportunity of some sort, whether Empower Network or anything else, for really. Until they commit to you financially on some level, whether small or high, they won't be open to paying attention, even if you got the most amazing proof in the entire universe.
Yeah.
So in other words, that's why whoever applies to my mentoring program, I collect a $50 deposit, which is risk-free, and they get it back right after we get on the phone if we don't end up working together. But I flat out tell them, look, if we're going to talk, I need to know you're an action taker. And so this way, my closing rate for my mentoring program, out of those people who actually go ahead and pitch, because a lot of times they'll just go ahead and I say, it's not a good fit for many different reasons. But of those who I do pitch, my closing rate for a very high level investment, several $1,000s, is about 60 to 80%. Now the reason that is so because they commit to me financially at first, and obviously the marketing has to support that. But because of that financial commitment, they're much more open to be further investing with me, further listening to what I'm saying, and to be open to taking what I tell them seriously. And obviously, as I said, just like with you, and I want to help you create a win-win situation with me where, it will be profitable for you to keep giving me money on a monthly basis. The same thing with my clients. I really want them to succeed, and that's why I got so many case studies. But the reason I got so many case studies, too, is because they commit to me financially on a very high level. And they gotta, they have to hustle. So the best solution, at least from what I've seen, okay, would be to create an offer that doesn't talk right away about Empower Network, gets them to commit to you on some level, and then you then upsell them into Empower Network as some sort of a mechanism or vehicle that they can use in order to save time, save money, or whatever.
Yeah. And I suppose when you say create that offer, you mean a completely unique offer, so an offer that is entirely my
Well,
own.
ideally, yeah, that would be, an offer that's entirely you, or better yet, an educational offer about something that Empower Network is supporting. So when they go through that and you educate them, because a lot of people, they have no clue what list building is, they have no clue what marketing is, and you kind of throw at them this Empower Network thing, and it's been thrown at them from every single angle. And many people who at least the people on my list, anytime I'd send out Empower Network, a big idea, or a prosperity team, I often will get an email from a subscriber, usually quite angry subscriber, saying, hey man, stop sending me this crap. I signed up with them twice before and I canceled twice. And the reason people cancel is because they don't get it. Now, I'm not saying Empower Network is bad, okay? Any opportunity can be worked with and made money with. But the people just don't understand how to make money with it. And the training in itself, the way Empower Network, folks give it to you, right? And obviously, that's the best they can do because there's so many people. The training in itself can't really provide that extra hand-holding, right? So the only advantage you can create for yourself versus other people who promote the same opportunity to the same market is either giving them more stuff and giving them more private attention, and you pretty much just flat out say that. You don't go and join these people, join my team and I'll give you extra this, this, and this, right? Or you just differentiate yourself from the very get-go and reposition yourself as an expert. So by the time you tell them you need to join a Empower Network, they are much more likely to say, oh, so this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. That's why I should listen.
Yeah.
Just like I'm telling you right now to consider the unique funnel approach, and you know that I'm the guy to go to when it comes to list building because other people are telling you that. So you're like, okay, so this guy maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. See, so it's the same way with your potential clients. If you want to build a real business, the kind of business that can support your goal of taking your wife off work and allowing her to babysit, then you really have to build something that's long term. That has a chance to stand on its own and to feed you guys for a while.
Yeah. So are you suggesting that if I was to use your traffic and send them straight to effectively a big idea mastermind like funnel, it probably won't convert very well?
Let me put it this way. I can't say that it won't convert because some clients still convert. Like Miles Seegers, who runs an occasional solo with me. Last time he ran with me, I'm not entirely positive whether he sent to the unique funnel. I know that he had a unique squeeze page, that's for sure. Where he spoke something about...
I think Miles' initial, like, he's made a fair bit of money with Big Idea Mastermind, and most of his initial money that he's made up until this point, I think he's working on unique funnels now, but up until this point he's made reasonable money just pretty much using the existing funnel.
Yeah, but I remember his squeeze page was kind of like blue and yellow, and he talked about Vic and some kind of web.
His own squeeze pages, yeah.
Yeah, so he ran that page, and he got 5 sales on the last run. I know another client though that used my strategies, and he sent people first to sort of educational message, and then that's something we helped him create, and then he started generating about $1,700 to $2,500 off of every 1,000 leads that he brought into the business. So that's too, that was really cool for him. So it's really, I can't say that you won't convert. But what I can say for sure is that you're likely to convert at a higher level if your funnel is, if your funnel stands out and if you stand out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, I suppose, do you suggest that I go back and re-engineer my funnel a little bit, or from the get-go, or I mean, look, I am promoting the Big Idea Mastermind. I am using their funnel, but I have my own landing pages, and the funnel is what I've done. So when they opt into the landing page, rather than redirecting them directly to the normal Big Idea Mastermind thank you page, which is a series of videos, they still get that. But what I've done is I've created my own thank you page, and I introduce myself at the very beginning. So I just shot a little video saying who I am, why I'm in the business, and then I introduce them to Vic. To Vic Struzhouse effectively, and I say, I was like you. I was searching for ways to make money online, and then through my efforts, I found a mentor, and I basically introduced them to Vic, and then I present them Vic's video or videos. So it's pretty much the Big Idea Mastermind funnel, and then they go through the funnel, but they're receiving emails from me along the way with my own. I've shot a few little videos with some, personal development type tips, just of me. So, I've introduced myself at the very beginning so that when they get my emails, they at least know who I am, rather than if you send them directly to the BIM funnel and it's all about Vic, and then they get an email from you, they might say, well, who the hell is this guy? Vic is the guy in all the videos, but then who's this guy, sort of thing. So,
okay. So what I suggest,
it's slightly different. The way it is right now, it's slightly different. It's not ultimately it still is the BIM funnel, but it's I've done a little bit of work making it slightly unique with the unique landing page and a slightly unique follow-up series. Because the way BIM funnel works is they don't get the first video that they see is not an opportunity to buy. There's no buy button. There's like 3 or 4 pre-sales videos where there's a series of education, and then at the end, so basically there's a series where Vic takes them through and says, this is what you need to run an online business, this is how it works. And then by video 4, he basically says to them, we've got this, if you don't want to set all this up yourself, then, we've put this all in a box for you, and all you need to do is join, and we will give you our entire system so that it's already good to go, and all you have to do is start getting traffic. So that's the way the normal Big Idea Mastermind funnel works. It's like a series of pre-sales videos, and then at the end it says, if you want a done for you version rather than you having to go and set all this up yourself, then there's a buy button.
Okay, so let's test it.
Depending what, so I'm thinking maybe at this stage, maybe even for the first batch, I'll just test what I've currently got, because the other thing is I want to sort of take action now and then, I suppose, learn by doing, if you know what I mean. Like I don't expect to run my first month solo with you and, get 20 sales. I don't expect that to happen. That's why part of the commitment is to sign up for a minimum of 3 months with you. And I like that idea, because I think you need to give it time to at least, see what's working, what's not working, tweak your system, this, that, and the other. And perhaps I do need to work on implementing what you've just suggested to me. My issue is I'm brand new. I don't really have any credibility, so I'm not sure how I could go about setting up my own.
Oh, that's a catch-22 kind of thing that all the newbies actually think this way.
Okay.
But here's the thing, okay? And here's probably one of the biggest things I found out about marketing, and that allowed me to scale from making about, $10 a day with affiliate marketing to $30, $50, and $100 a day with my own stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that success will come to you sometime down the road, and once that happens, you can now start creating your own products. That's how most people think. That's what you just told me. I don't have credibility right now.
Yeah.
I need to make some money somehow, but definitely not by creating my own products or putting my name out there, because I don't have any success. But the reality of the matter is, your success is being created in the process of you creating your products and in the process of you putting your name out there. So you become an expert by having products in the marketplace.
Okay.
In other words, if you study any credible expert out there, there's two scenarios. They either started out and they worked for another marketer, okay, for a while until they understood the system, and then they got enough confidence to start their own thing, even though they weren't known before. So guys like Devon Brown and Jason Parker, the really hardcore list builders, they started out by simply working for Matt Basic. Okay, and they were his salespeople. And then they kind of thought, okay, wait a second. So this guy does all of this money, and I'm only getting this much, but I'm just as smart as he is, so I'm just going to go and start my own thing. Now, another scenario is these guys just going ahead and creating the product. That's what happened with me. I wasn't successful. I was generating my list of freebies and stuff like that, and I was barely making anything. I mean, nothing really significant enough to proclaim myself to be successful.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got the balls and created my first product and put my name out there and started blowing my own horn, and all of a sudden, as soon as I got that, I got leverage, and I quit my day job in the next 30 days. I literally went ahead and made enough money to quit my day job, and since then I never looked back. So trust me when I say this, Vince. It's not waiting until you get success and then creating the product to get more success. It's getting the product together to get your name out there and start being seen and perceived as an expert that's going to create your success for you. And then at some point, your success is just being a celebrity. So Vic is all about being a celebrity at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, because he's generating his success with the 48-hour cash machine and with the High Traffic Academy. I've seen him like rise up to the to this level since a few years back. So he leverages
Yeah.
every program from the previous. Like he had the 48-hour cash machine, and then when he launched the High Traffic Academy, he basically showed the case study of the 48-hour cash machine. Now
Yeah,
when
that's
he
right.
launched the Big Idea Mastermind, he says, "Oh, look how this one idea made me X amount of dollars." But that's High
Yeah.
Traffic Academy that's made him all that money.
Yeah.
So, in other words, you see that the products are pretty much the product is what making him the money.
Yeah. Yes.
So, just something to think about. But I'm totally, I'm totally with you when you say that you want to test this out and see how that performs, and so let's do it.
Oh, look, because if my existing funnel, if I, like you said, that I don't know how much traffic miles bought to get those 5 sales, but if it was like a norm, like if it was like what I'm on, like a $500, $550 for whatever, how many for 500 clicks or whatever it is. If I got 5 sales out of 500 clicks, that'd be, I'd give you all my money because because those types of conversions, I mean the upsells on this thing are converting. So because the money really is in the upsells, the money's not in the initial $25 that people are paying. It's in how many people that are paying the $25 are upgrading, and the system as a whole, for every sale, you've got to get volume through there, but there's 30%. The system itself is upgrading 30% of people into the higher levels. That's one thing about Vic's system is that it's if you can do the work to get the people in the front door, then the system does a very good job at getting them to the higher levels. Because now he's created this 30-day to 10K program, and that's once you're in the system, it's very attractive to 30% of people are upgrading to the highest level, and those upsells are phenomenal. So if I could work out a way to get people in the front door on the lower end, and that's probably where I've got to be a bit unique. Getting people in on the front door on the lower end, because the system does a very good job at upgrading them. The average across the entire membership group per customer that signs up is about $800 at the moment. So $800 in revenue per client that signs up. So if you can get 5 sales off a 500 click solo ad, I think ultimately you've got to test it and see how you go. But on current numbers, I dare say they'd be very good stats.
Well, yeah, Miles, on that order he brought in he purchased specifically 500 US only clicks. So like visitors just from the United States, which obviously that's why the VIP club is so popular. Then all the people wanted to get in and kind of just fighting on their way in, is because you literally get top tier 1 countries and from the places where you're much more likely to hit a client that has a credit card and is able to use it, and where $25 is not that big of a deal for him, versus somebody who lives in, say, Israel, where I am, where $25 is a big deal, or somebody who lives in in Eastern Europe, where $25 is like something you pay rent with. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's just exaggeration, but it is like that. I mean, I got a few clients in my mentoring programs where they are from like Eastern Europe, countries like Croatia and Bulgaria and Moldova and stuff like that. I mean, that's a lot of money for them. That is, only a select a handful of people who are already affluent, they're like likely to invest with you for whatever reason they choose to. And that is why I think that chances of making a sale within the VIP club or when you geo-target the ad are much higher. It's the same thing if you're just like I explained to you. where my client, right, he only offers people to upgrade into Empower Network once he knows they're buyers, because they've just proven
Yeah.
that they have purchased something. So
Yeah.
oftentimes, when it comes to marketing, you can also dramatically increase response if you change the who, not just the what.
Yes.
But obviously, if you market to the same crowd, and the make money online crowd is pretty tiny. I mean, compared to the weight loss
Yeah.
market or dating market or any other market, it's extremely tiny kind of marketplace, and it's extremely competitive as well. I mean, 20,000 affiliates competing with you specifically right now with the same offer,
Yeah.
and there's another 20,000 offers on the market that pretty much sell the same thing, making money.
Yeah.
And so you're competing against them as well. So we're operating in a very competitive marketplace, and so here, it's really hard to change the who. It's really hard to find an elite, select few people that you can market to that nobody else markets to, and that's like the biggest mistake people ever make when they try to make money. Like, they think that there's somewhere out there. I mean, in a far, far away kind of magical place, there's a bunch of people that want to make money online, but they don't get any emails from anyone. All of a sudden they think that there's this, there's a half dozen people that are just full of cash. They have cash stashed up in their home all the way until the ceiling, and they're just sitting there and waiting for that one perfect person to be the very first one to approach them and say, "Look, I can help you make money, so you should be giving all that money to me." Now, that is not true, because if anyone's interested in make money online, I mean, they're probably on many different lists. They're probably buying a lot of things, and they sure have access to other people, to your direct competition. So changing the who, or changing the traffic source, or claiming that the traffic source is inferior because a lot of people are using it, isn't a very powerful position to put yourself in. Therefore, it's the marketing that has to be improved. It's the products, and obviously, as much as you can adapt the who. You can segment the countries. You can segment the level of investment, and like Gary Halbert used to say, the perfect client is somebody who buys what you sell, or similar product to what you sell, and buys it very frequently. So the higher the frequency of his purchases, and the closer in essence that the product he purchases versus yours, the better that potential client is, the better the quality of that prospect.
Yeah.
But the marketing has to be there, of course. And when we operate in such a fierce marketplace, yeah, sure, we'll test the first one, but eventually, even if this test works, eventually you will have to give in.
Change something, yeah.
You will have to give in and adapt to the marketplace. A lot of people will go and they will try to change the marketplace, right, or try to blame the marketplace. And it's not just to make money online business, but in all the other businesses. People will always claim that there's the marketplace that's to blame. There's the quality of the prospects. There's Obama and his new healthcare laws, and that's people out of jobs and the economy. Whatever. I mean, we prosper in a very tough economy. I mean, my mentoring clients, they go on and create completely new economies for themselves and their families, in spite of all the setbacks. So your approach is healthy, and that is very, very good. But go ahead and embrace the idea that sooner than later you will have to develop your own stuff. You will have to put yourself out there rather than Vic. You will have to step away from the motivational stuff and go into the selling stuff more, because motivational stuff doesn't really sell anything.
Okay.
Nothing really happens until someone gives you some money, and no one will give you any money if you're just out there talking about motivation, unless you sell them on this motivation first, and you say, give me some money and I'll show you something cool, and then they give you the money, and then you give them the motivation. In that case, they're also very much predisposed to listen to what you say.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to do any free training anymore, because free is an enemy. Even if the person who listens to the training, likes it, there's very little chance that they will do anything with it. So yeah, the person's gonna like you more, fine, but not gonna act, not gonna get results, not gonna follow through. And if that doesn't happen, I mean, what's the point?
Well, if the only reason why they bought it is because it's free, or the only reason why they access it is because it's free, then probably got a problem from the beginning.
Well, not entirely, because there's a lot of people who try to base their entire businesses on free,
On free, yeah.
right? But there's a time and a place to do free. Like if you do a webinar, do something for free at first, show them you know your stuff, and then upsell them to something really high level, super duper quality kind of thing at the end of the webinar. Right? Don't just do something for free, and then a lot of people like I remember somebody told me once. I don't remember who that was. It was right. It was a woman who applied for my mentoring program. And when she was applying, she said, "I hear you teach people for free." To which I replied, "So you mean you come to me right now to get free advice on how to build a 10,000 list? I mean 10,000 opt-in list?" And she says, "Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here." To which I said, "Good luck."
Yeah.
And she got very much pissed off and started, going on the forums and cursing at me and saying how big of an asshole I am for doing something like that. And in reality, though, I mean, if you want to get something for free, if you expect to get things for free, that means you will never make any money, because you don't commit to other people and to other information and strategies on a financial level. So if you don't commit financially, why would anyone else commit financially to you?
Yeah.
Not to mention that the reason likely that this person has been online for, I think she said 8 years, and haven't made any money yet, is because she doesn't commit financially to anything.
Yeah.
There's a reason why mentoring works, and there's a reason why anyone who would work privately with a big guru usually goes on to become a guru on in his own right very quickly. That's because no guru will ever coach you for less than I don't know. If we're talking like about a very big guru, no less than $5,000 a month or something like that. Now, when you commit financially on that level, you really have no choice but to do something. You really have no choice. You can't afford to sit there and make excuses. Oh, this guru doesn't coach me, right? Blah blah blah. Guru will have no queasiness about you not getting results, because that's how mentoring works. You hustle, you get results. If you don't, you don't. And when you committed financially on that such a high level, there's really no option for you unless you're okay with losing $5,000 and not making anything with that money. I mean, there's really no choice but to hustle and make sure that investment pays off, in which case you start doing all the things you were avoiding before. All the uncomfortable things, like creating your own product, for example. Wink, wink. So basically, you want people to commit financially. You want to get them to commit financially as fast as possible. You definitely don't want to build your business around the free, because that may turn to be a big enemy for you. And you definitely want to adapt to the marketplace versus blaming the marketplace on being bad with you and trying to look up a different marketplace.
Yeah. All right. So where to from here?
Well, we just go ahead and set up your ad. I don't know if Max has already set up your ad. If he hasn't, then I'll reach out to him and ask him to reach out to you and let you know when it goes out. If you want me to review any of your current marketing and make suggestions on some of the quick fixes you want done, then I'm happy to do that. Just email me the links, and we'll do that before running your ad, and then we'll just run it, and we'll analyze the results. If your results show something good, you keep on tweaking. If they show something bad, we can discuss helping you remodel the funnel. Or, maybe by that time you will be able to find another funnel that works or something, because it's going to be a long time from now, like a couple of weeks. So at this point, we just move ahead and take some action and get some numbers off of which we can work with.
Okay. And your Monster Squeeze page service. Are you able to tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, no, not until we test the funnel. And right now, I don't feel like you're the person in the like you're in a position to really value the service.
Okay.
I feel that if your funnel actually does suck, and if drastic measures have to be implemented, then we can discuss it. It's like, there's. Have you ever read the book Influence by Robert Cialdini?
No, I haven't. No.
Great book, recommended very much. Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. And there's this example of perspective. And so there's this college student, a young girl, who sends a letter to her parents. And she says, "Hey, Mom and Dad, don't worry about me. I know I haven't written for a while, but I'm okay. My concussion is much better now after I have fallen off a fence where trying to run away from a burning gas station that was about to explode. But it's cool because this one guy saw me. He called the ambulance. He picked me up, and then I moved into his basement where we live with his parents. And my tummy's starting to show. Yes, we decided to get married, and I'm pregnant with his baby. But don't worry, we know what we're going into, and we're gonna be mature about this. And I'm not gonna work at first, but then we're gonna hire a babysitter." So she just goes on into this.
Yeah.
Amazing turn of events, and any parent reading this would be very disappointed. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Very disappointed. And so then she says, basically, at the end of this letter, she says, although, guys, don't worry, because, there is no boy, there is no kid, there is no marriage coming up, and, I haven't fallen off any fences, and there were no gas explosions near my dorm. I just wanted to tell you that I failed algebra, and I wanted you to see it in the proper perspective like you should have, rather than, making a big fuss about it. So, you see, in this situation, her parents were able to appreciate just how insignificant that was.
Yes. Yeah.
The same thing I choose to do with my mentoring services, with my Monster Squeeze, and any other thing that I do, unless I can honestly tell that the person who's going to be using my service actually sees the value, actually experienced the hardship that turned him to come to me rather than just investigate to find out more, then I'll share more information. But if there's no point, if the person is not in a position where they absolutely, honestly need this, like a life-changing kind of need, then I choose not to share my service with them.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, so if you want me to take a look at your stuff, go ahead and send me some links. If not...
So where do I send that to just the same email address?
Yeah, just in the same conversation.
Because I noticed Max, so obviously you and Max have access to that same... Because I noticed most time when I email that, it's Max that emails me back. But
well, it's my inbox, and Max has managing privileges. So whenever there's a message that I need to pay attention, or if there's something you want my personal attention on, all you have to do is just, point out in the email, "Hey Max, please have Igor take a look at this." And then Max gives me a call and says, "Vince wants to take a look at something." You can also reach me by phone if you want to. Usually we do it by appointment. But if you need my personal number for any reason, I can give it to you for sure. Because of the time zone, though, it's best if you reach me, during these hours or stuff like that, or just reach to Max, and he's gonna be quick to reply.
Yeah, cool. What time is it where you are now?
It's 10 minutes to 11 a.m.
Okay, cool.
Also, I wanted to ask you, will you be okay with me using this call as a training material? Because what I want to do, I want to do a special offer for my solo customers, and on this call we discuss these strategies and how to improve your Empower Network business and how to deal with the competitive marketplace. And I recorded the call. Now, obviously, unless I get your permission, I won't use it. But I want to just chop it down and use it as a bonus for those who take action. and kind of share this call with them and perhaps help other clients of mine to get better results.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, cool. You can also, by the way, use this as a product. If you want to, I can send you the full recording of this call, and you can sell it as a product basically by just leveraging my expertise.
Okay.
Which is a very easy way
that'd be
to do
good.
things. So if you want, I can do it.
Well, that'd be cool. That could be my first step towards creating my own products.
Okay, then you'll get it. I'll make sure you get it.
Cool. Wait, can I just ask you one more question?
Yes?
When you suggest creating our own products, do you have an opinion over what's like should I focus more on info-based products or actual physical products like software? Or
Well, physical is going to be hard at first because of the fulfillment. You have to ship it, plus, I built my entire business on a digital foundation. Like, I don't have any physical products.
So when I meant physical, sorry, I meant more like software. So
well, software sells. It's just, you need to find a gap in the marketplace first and the type of software people actually want to buy. So just go out there, investigate, where people do invest the money in. Like, see where the money flows. Don't base your product creation on what people tell you they want.
Yeah. Okay.
Always go for, where people actually put their money to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, cool. Good advice.
All right. So, Vince,
All right.
It was a pleasure to connect.
Thank you.
Welcome
Thank you
to the
for your time.
family once again. And if there's anything we can do for you, just reach out via email and we'll be on top of things.
No problem. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.